This week, Hero Dog,
Hero Man,
and the ultimate advancement in toilet paper technology.
This is the front page. Welcome to the front page, show that brings you the top content of the week from the social news website reddit.com. I'm Tyler Slayton.
And I'm Neil Figuracion.
How's it going, man?
It's swell.
It is swell.
Yeah.
Swell indeed.
Yeah. The weather's changing, leaves are falling, people are putting pumpkins out.
This is our Halloween special, even though we're not doing anything.
What?
Yeah. We can do like
I didn't wear anything.
We can do the Simpsons, like what's your funny Halloween name? Neil Fanguracion.
Oh, yes. And you are Tyler Slayton.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, good enough. Do you want to play a game?
Sure.
I invented a game.
We just played a game.
We did technically just play a game. We're going to play another game. I think I've won the last game, by the way.
Fair.
I'm trying to get this game off the ground. So basically all you do, the whole game, it works best if you have 4 people. At least 4 people is the best number.
I'll just be 2 and you be 2.
Well, we'd have to have split personalities because there's
I could do that.
arguing involved. So what you do is you just point to someone and you say something, a category, and it could be as broad or as narrow as you want. And
Colors.
You just have to say, well, you'll see when I say what it is. And you say, is it overrated or underrated? And then the person can only respond with overrated or underrated. And those 2 people cannot discuss it. The other 2, any other people involved in the game or hearing the game, they can discuss it, but the 2 people can't discuss it.
So give me a thing.
All right. Chicken nuggets, overrated or underrated?
Overrated.
Interesting. See, the other people would be like, what? How could chicken nuggets be overrated? And obviously it's chicken tenders. Chicken tenders are better.
Fair enough.
All right, so hit me with one.
Ice cream.
Underrated.
Okay.
Because it's the best thing. It cannot.
We're not
be
allowed
over,
to talk about it.
It cannot be overrated. If 2 people are playing, you're allowed to talk about it. But if you need extra people to play.
I mean, there's unmet potential with ice cream.
This is true. All right, I'll hit you
There
with
are
one
flavors that have not been achieved.
This is what made me think of the game. This was the thing. Forrest Gump.
Then there's no middle ground of
No,
rated.
like
It is rated.
Like I can't. No, you have to say either one, and I can't do
I
like.
don't remember it well enough.
I can't do qualifiers. I can't do like, well, Forrest Gump as a drama or Forrest Gump as
Sure. I'll say that it's
as compared to other Steven Spielberg movies.
It's
just Forrest Gump.
overrated.
Yes, that's what made me think of the game because it's one of the most overrated movies of all time.
Okay.
But yeah, so go out, spread that
Why is it overrated? Leave a comment.
or not. No, you definitely leave a comment. I'm saying why.
Or why is it not
underrated?
Underrated.
Or don't leave us alone. Get off my lawn.
I mean, I remember chocolates.
Yes, and life being like a box of them, and that
that's-
not making any sense.
That makes sense.
We should move on. Move on to starting the show.
Okay.
All right, let's get into it. Our first story submitted to the subreddit Gifts Times 2. I still don't know what the times 2 means. By Dabberwocky, which I like. I thought that was funny. Time lapse of my 61-year-old dad's beard growing as he recently hiked the Appalachian Trail. This is super fun. We started with a fun one. I'm gonna blow it up. He took like a picture like every day. I assume every day as he walked the Appalachian Trail.
How many weeks or months did this hike take?
I think it said in the comments it's like 6 weeks or something.
Wow.
Also, that's just a far distance to walk, and that should be your reward. Is a
giant beard?
A respectable beard. That is a good beard. I'm jealous of that.
Yeah,
man's
that's a
beard.
solid beard.
It also said it's his birthday this week.
Happy
So,
birthday
happy birthday to this
beard guy.
bearded gentleman.
Yes. And hiker. He's not just a beard grower. He's a person who walks.
I know at 61. That's too far to walk. I'm half that age, and I'm not walking that far. I couldn't grow a beard that good. This guy's just better than me all around.
How long is the Appalachian Trail?
It goes from Atlanta to Maine.
That's long.
Almost Atlanta. That's very
long.
far. That's
Yeah.
a coast. He
And
walked one
look at
coast.
all that foliage.
This is true.
Like, I would just expect to see cities somewhere in between there.
Yeah, I guess. We just visited like malls, and
Yeah.
it's like he took like all the malls that are in the, or the trees that are in the center of a mall.
Yeah.
He just took it all in front of those. That'd
Yeah.
be funny.
And there's a merry-go-round to the left.
It's all an elaborate ruse.
Yes.
No, we're proud of this person, and
Good for you.
kudos on the beard, sir.
Good for
and
you.
happy birthday. All right, next story. That was just a quick, fun one to start off with. This is our, what's it called? Not a fluff piece, but what's it called? Like when the news reports on something happy for a change.
Puff piece.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
All right, forget it. This is submitted to the subreddit Today I Learned by Tellerpan. Today I learned a stray dog saved a woman after she crashed down an embankment and was thrown through the back window of her car.
That's why you have dogs.
She didn't have a dog. This dog was stray.
Right.
Oh, you're just saying that's why we have dogs in
Yes.
general? That's why the world has dogs.
Dogs are there for things.
Exactly this purpose. 36-year-old Shannon Lorio was driving through a remote, heavily wooded area when she lost control on a curve. The vehicle careened backwards off the road, throwing her through the rear window and onto the trunk. Sprawled, cut, and bleeding, she was well hidden from any passers that might have traveled along the road.
Zowie.
Right, yeah, that sounds like a horrible accident. Also sounds like she might have been wearing her seatbelt, which is bad. Don't do that, kids.
We can only assume.
Right, yeah, that's not fair to conjecture. Shannon described how a German Shepherd emerged from the woods and came to her rescue. The dog pulled her by her collar off the trunk and dragged her about 50 yards through briars to the edge of the road, where she was able to, like, a vehicle saw her and stopped and got her to a hospital. In the hospital, the doctor told her that the accident has caused a brain hemorrhage, but would not need to undergo surgery.
Well,
If the dog hadn't saved me, I probably wouldn't be here today, Shannon said. This is where the story goes from good to great. The stray dog was aptly named Hero after his actions to save the woman.
heck yeah.
And officials that run a local animal shelter were so impressed with the dog's behavior, they arranged to have him evaluated for search and rescue work. And I like this. Unfortunately, Shannon was unable to adopt Hero because she already had 6 dogs at the time, which I really like. Because, like, could you imagine going home to your 6 other dogs and one of them like pees on the carpet? And you're just like, do you have any idea what other dogs are out doing?
None of you were there.
Yeah, none of you would have, like, you would have just peed and been scared and done nothing to save me. Hero, he truly is a hero.
Cool.
It does say, however, Hero later found a home with a canine search and rescue trainer named Heidi Drawdy.
Rad.
Heidi Drawdy.
Rad.
That is indeed.
So,
I didn't.
Not
pull
a
up the
puff
story.
piece. That's a human interest piece.
Human interest. That's the one. Well, technically, it's a dog interest piece.
I'm always interested in dogs.
This is true.
Look at
Yes.
the
Oh, yeah.
dog.
I encourage you to check out the story. There's pictures of the dog being adorable, and this is the lady that he saved.
Based on your reading, I thought it was a he, but I can't say.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But yeah, awesome story of. Also, I like cats, but a cat wouldn't do that.
A cat.
Cat's not saving
Cat
anybody.
would just leave.
Cat would be like, how long do I have to wait for this person to die before I can eat them?
Do we need to start the debate about cats and dogs? Category: dogs.
Oh, dogs are overrated.
What?
I know. It's not, see, that's why this game is so messed up, because you put someone in a position where it's like,
That's
oh,
wrong.
I have
You
to
cannot say enough
say-
good things about dogs.
Yeah, but some people, I don't know. Maybe I'm just thinking of people on like Facebook that are really annoying about their dogs.
That's fair.
So I'm projecting a little bit. I like this game. I'm going to bring it up in another segment. All right. But that super cool story. So we can move on to the next one.
Yes.
Another one of our favorite subreddits. Does not come up often enough. Subreddit interesting as fuck.
Okay.
Submitted by Pine Sin. This one, okay. Have you ever seen like a space documentary where they show like the like a representation of the known universe, and you kind of have a little mini panic attack because you're like, oh, so big, I'm so insignificant.
I never have that panic attack.
Really, you don't? I watched Cosmos and I was like, I'm an insignificant speck on an insignificant speck floating through the infinite
That's like
vastness of
What is
space.
that? The Hitchhiker's Guide device where they put you in and you see where you are in the universe. And I don't have that
Oh, man. All right. Well,
fear it.
this one is interesting because it kind of gave me, like, it's the exact opposite of that, but gave me the same feeling. So this is a tooth, I assume of human origin. I assume taken willfully or given up willfully.
Or, it just fell out.
We hope so. But this is a tooth magnified to the atomic level. Check this out. Down in the right-hand corner, it'll give you the size of, or the amount of magnification. So this is down to, like, the surface. And now we're getting into, like...
50,000.
Right, 100,000 magnification. I don't even understand, like, I can't comprehend this amount of...
Oh, that's cool.
Tininess. And look, like, down to, like, individual atoms. That is...
Oh, we're going back up.
Yeah. There's presumably 32 of those going on in your mouth right now. That is insane.
And there's probably, if you go even smaller, like little villages.
Oh, no, don't! Ah!
I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's some craziness. It's really, really difficult to think of, like, large things and
villages
small
on
things.
one tooth to the other.
Well, I like how the way you relate to it is like, oh, we just make it the Smurfs, and then I can totally comprehend it.
That's
something.
That's why I don't fear being small.
You just assume they're all like 3 apples high, but those apples are atoms.
Yeah, 3 atoms high.
All right, and that's going on in your mouth right now.
That's cool. There's worse things been in my mouth.
Ah! Neil's mouth, overrated or underrated? Don't answer that. We're not playing the game right now. We'll play another game, which is called Move On to the Next Story.
Hey, what's the next story?
The next story is... Oh, actually, we can play a game with this story. All right. Submitted to World News by... It's either Readers Even or Reader 7. I'm assuming Reader 7. I'm going to read the beginning. I want you to finish it.
Okay.
Pastor in Singapore found guilty of using $37 million in church funds to...
Buy candy.
No, there's no candy as far as I know in the story. To boost wife's failing pop star career.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, that sounds like something you do. Isn't that what churches are set up for?
I mean,
Pastor Kong Hee who founded the City Harvest Church, was convicted this week of lavishing millions of dollars in church funds to boost the career of his wife, Ho Yao Sun. Ho, a co-founder of the church, who also performs under the stage name of Geisha, was not criminally charged in the case. She is considered one of Singapore's top pop stars and previously recruited Wyclef Jean to collaborate on tracks. So yeah, that's my favorite part of the story is if Wyclef Jean's reading this, he's going, "Oh, why did they put my name in? Like, I was in the Fugees,
I mean, I would not say he actually would know anything about where the money comes from.
No, I'm not. Like, I don't think he's guilty of anything. I'm just saying this just proves, like, if you have enough money, Wyclef will write songs for you. He doesn't care who it's for.
I mean, it's money.
Yeah,
That's
good for
your
him.
job, right?
I'm glad he can make money. I was trying to make Gone Till November into a pun. I couldn't do it. It's a Wyclef Jean song.
Okay.
Forget it. All right. The famous for its slick image and wealthy brand of Christianity. I don't know what a wealthy brand of Christianity is. The City Harvest Church is estimated to have 30,000 members in Singapore. Church leaders said Ho's music was a way to reach out to non-believers, but the court found Kong deceived church members. Previous reports also reveal that Ho's luxury lifestyle included a $20,000 a month Los Angeles mansion. I don't know how you, like, do you invite non-believers into there? And they're like, this seems really nice. I might join your church.
Well, it's like, speaking as a friendly atheist.
A fraytheist.
Fraytheist.
All right.
There's general, like, yeah, thanks for, it derailed my thoughts.
Sorry.
There's that general disdain for the money that goes into the church.
Sure.
And how it's used. And then generally there are a lot of very visible examples of money being misused in religion.
Sure, especially in America, but listen to this. Kong will be sentenced at a later date, but faces life in prison under Singapore's strict laws.
Oh.
Like, that's... I can guarantee you those pastors in America would be rethinking their activities if they knew it would end up with life in prison.
Well, Singapore, they cane ya. Don't they?
That's true for, like, spitting on the sidewalk and stuff. Not to talk crap about Singapore. I actually really want to go to Singapore. It's it's in, like, my top 5.
I'm just saying they have different law, like, the law is different.
Oh, for sure.
The culture is different there.
Oh, yeah. And
this is not talking smack. I'm just saying a fact that I believe I know is correct.
Yes,
if I'm wrong,
as I know.
Put it in the comments.
Yes.
I'm going to say wrong things.
Anytime we're wrong, write in the comments. Will be the most commented YouTube video that's ever been. All right, we can move on to the next story. Screw it. I'm going to play a game with this one. This is fun. There's another one submitted to Today I Learned by Superstore Man. Today I learned that it wasn't until the 1930s that production techniques improved to the point where toilet paper could be advertised as what?
Usable?
What was the big innovation that they got to? And I'll give you a more specific date. 1935. What did they...
Rolls.
No. The Northern Tissue Company was the first manufacturer to advertise toilet paper as splinter-free. Apparently, it says here that early paper production techniques sometimes left splinters embedded in toilet paper.
Well,
that's like
that's huge.
That sounds like something you do to, like, POWs. It's like, we give them the splintery toilet paper. They'll talk soon. It's terrifying. And 1935, like...
I mean, or would you just go through your toilet paper with like a tweezers and pull out all the splinters?
You're just sitting there. They didn't have smartphones there. You got to do something. So yeah, that makes sense.
It's like a project.
But you got to think, like, 1935. That means
that's probably why we like have smartphones now, is because we have the time to develop the technology over the last.
People used to have to pick splinters out of there.
Exactly.
Yeah, we've got all this extra time. 1935. That means you could be on the set of Gone with the Wind, and if you wiped your butt, there's a chance there could have been splinters in the toilet paper.
Oh, when was 1935?
1935? Like back me up here.
I think it was 39.
That sounds better.
What was Wizard of Oz?
39.
What was The Great Train Robbery?
60s?
Great Train Robbery? Great Train Robbery was like 1909. It's like the first narrative film ever made.
Well, the silent era was certainly in the splintery.
Yes, they were in the splintery toilet paper era.
The Mummy was 31.
That's what I meant. The Mummy.
Yes.
Yeah, I meant to say the Mummy.
And he's wrapped in toilet paper. So... No!
Is that what made you think of the Mummy was toilet paper? All right. We can move on. I think we've exhausted.
We should find
toilet
vintage
paper.
toilet paper and like.
You could make a YouTube video of us testing it.
Yeah.
That sounds like the worst idea ever.
That's why
it will get views. Yeah. We bleed for our craft. Yeah.
Crafts.
All right. All right. Next story submitted to subreddit Real Life Doodles. Oh, that makes sense. By Noise Filter. So this one is we like to critique art here. Not critique, but we just like to appreciate any art we can get on the show. There's a cool trend of people like animating over GIFs. Okay. So what this person did is I made a GIF of John Cena going Super Saiyan. And now we're going to watch it. I love these. So just in case you're not familiar, this is not what wrestling usually looks like.
I thought it did.
In like your mind as a child, yes. Like when I remember old matches, like from like the mid '90s, yes, this is exactly what it looked like. But no, I thought this was super cool, and there's a million of them. There's wrestling ones, there's soccer ones, like any like physical activity. There's someone animating superpowers being.
For those of you who don't know what Super Saiyan is.
Yeah, it's a Dragon Ball Z reference.
Dragon Ball Z, like that's how they get their superpower.
Right. I'm not as familiar with Dragon Ball Z as I am with wrestling.
I know very little about either.
Are you familiar with John Cena?
I've heard the name.
John Cena is like he's the Hulk Hogan now. He is the face of
good guy.
The good guy. He's the face of the entire company.
Right.
But he's got this weird like polarizing like It's weird. So you go to a WWE live event and there's kids there, and ask anyone under the age of 10, their favorite wrestler, probably their favorite person on the planet is John Cena. Mm-hmm. And you go to a live event and there's kids there and they're seeing like someone who's basically Superman in the flesh, and they're going crazy. And then the jaded like adults are just boo him. I'm like, dude.
Oh, so he's like the Justin Bieber of wrestling?
A little bit, like, but deserves way more respect. Like, works his ass off. He has done more Make-A-Wish days than any other person on the planet.
Well, all right.
Like, is arguably one of the better people on the planet, and people boo him because they're just cynical and overprivileged and sad human beings. It's just like, dude, you're 30. Like, you're not the target audience. You're not buying the action figures.
Yeah.
Like,
well, some of them might.
If you want to talk crap about him on the internet, that's totally fine, but like, you're crushing a child's dream at $60 a ticket. So I actually don't. I haven't been to a live event in forever, but it's expensive. But that's my little mini rant on John Cena. Respect John Cena. So says Tyler. So says the front page. All right, and make more.
He speaks for me too.
Use that energy making more awesome Super Saiyan gifts. On whoever you want to. It doesn't have to be John Cena. Yay gifts. Yay Super Saiyans.
Wait, gifts. Overrated or underrated?
I have to say, like, overrated slightly just because they're like the new thing. Like,
qualified.
I know, but it's just the two of us. Like, no one else can argue it. Oh, they can argue it. That's true. I will say overrated just because they've been. It's like it's everything now. Like, you click on a link and it's always a GIF. It's kind of annoying. It's like, maybe I want to hear a video. Anyway, moving on. This one. This is submitted to the subreddit news by Speckz, Speckz. Forget it. Drug with rage-inducing 5,000% price hike now has a $1 per pill competitor.
Yeah.
Have you heard about? Okay,
I
you know the original story.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find the name of the company just so people can. The internet's
Martin. What's his name?
Martin Shkreli, probably.
Sure.
Who's like the internet's new
person.
evil. Yeah,
yes.
He makes that dentist who killed a lion look like Benedict Cumberbatch. Like, people hate this dude because he bought up a drug company and increased this pill that's been around for decades. It used to be
$8 a.
It used to be $13.50 a pill to $750 a pill.
Right.
He is straight evil.
Right.
But I guess there's a new company called Imprimis Pharmaceuticals Inc., a specialty pharmaceutical company based out of San Diego, announced today that it has made an alternative to it's called Daraprim, which is the original pill, that costs about $1 a pill. And I love that this is the most passive-aggressive, news release. They said, while we respect Turing's is the company that now charges a ridiculous amount for the pill, while we respect Turing's right to charge patients and insurance companies whatever it believes is appropriate, there may be more cost-effective, compounded options for medications. That was Mark L. Baum, the CEO of Imprimis. Until now, Turing was the sole source of big medical word, this particular kind of drug. The price increase of Daraprim announced last month sparked widespread outrage. The company and its founder and chief executive, Mark, whatever his name is, that asshole. The move by Imprimis is a direct response to those events, and the company said it plans to produce more cheap alternative drugs. I guess the whole plan forward with this pharmaceutical company is they're going to ensure affordable versions of 7,800 generic FDA approved drugs.
That's awesome.
Yes, these people are the opposite of.
Well, and
these people are the John
there's so
Cena
much price gouging in.
Oh well, that's a whole other thing. But I want to focus on the.
Yeah.
Who's a wrestling bad guy? I want to focus on the Iron Sheik of.
Okay.
I probably shouldn't go with a racist one. All of a sudden, I can't think of a wrestling bad guy.
Undertaker.
Undertaker's not a bad guy. Undertaker hasn't been a bad guy since like 94. Forget it. Whatever. This guy
Bad guy wrestler.
is evil. There's no bad guy wrestle evil enough to, unless you're Chris Benoit, but that's a whole other story.
Oh, right.
Yeah, right. Exactly. This guy, screw it. I'll say it. This guy is the Chris Benoit of
Martin Shkreli.
rich people.
Skrillex.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's awful. In conclusion, this guy bad. Imprimis drugs, which I think I pronounced different each time I've said it, but they're awesome. We're going off the rails here, and it's kind of fun. I like it.
Yay.
All right, we can move on to the next story, unless you had anything else to
Rails,
add.
overrated, underrated.
Rails?
Yes, that we're going off of.
Underrated.
Yes.
All right. All right.
Or overrated, we keep going off of.
I don't know. We're moving on. Next story. Submitted subreddit funny by Crank Red. GG. Do you know what GG stands for in internet speak?
I know what GGG stands for.
What does GG stand for?
It's some sex thing that basically says that you're like up for fun.
Oh, okay. Probably like learn more specifics before you start spreading out that is.
I think it's something good and game or something like that.
Oh, okay. All right. So it's like you're like a fun.
Oh, GG stands for good game when you're playing board games with people online.
Oh, okay. Well, this one stands for good guy.
Okay.
So good guy Netflix with the quote breakup checkbox. I didn't even know this existed. So this is a screen grab of a password change on Netflix, and it's got a little checkbox down at the bottom that says require all devices to sign in again with new password.
Yeah.
So basically it's if you break up with someone, you can go on here and go, oh, you don't have access to my queue anymore. Which I think is hysterical. And
kind of want to get together with someone just to break up to do that.
I feel this has to be they didn't just think of this. This is a response to enough people on Twitter went, hey, is there a way to not get my girlfriend to be able to look at my Netflix anymore, please? And Netflix went, we got you, homie. Don't worry.
I mean, we assume that it's a person with a girlfriend.
No, not anymore, because they need this button. They need the checkbox to make sure that this is probably a good thing to do, like just every once in a while in your life.
Just reset passwords for everything.
Well, yeah, that for sure. But just to say, like, how many people have I given my HBO password out to? I better make them all sign back in. I just like have the closer people in my life.
It forces them to call you.
You got to close the circle. Yeah, you know what it does.
Yeah.
It's like, hey Neil, I haven't talked to you in 3 years.
How are you?
How are you? It's so good to
And
hear
your
from you.
password.
Yeah, what is your password again? They just threw up the new season of Breaking Bad, and I want to watch it.
Season 9.
Yes.
I just made up seasons.
Yeah, is there 4 seasons of Breaking Bad I've never heard of? That would be the best day ever. Okay. Moving on. Submitted to the subreddit another Today I Learned by Cotermart. Cotermart.
I'll take it.
Cotermart?
I'll take it.
All right. Today I learned Armenian fin swimmer. Oh, Jesus. Shavarsh Karapetian.
Okay, Karapetian.
That guy.
Shavarsh Karapetian.
Read the... Yes. Was finishing a 12-mile run when he heard a bus crash into the water. He dove down 33 feet and rescued 20 people one at a time.
He's like that dog from the beginning of the show,
He's
but
the- yes.
way more productive.
He's the Armenian that dog, but a person.
But like 20 people
Oh, yeah. No,
underwater.
Oh, that dog sucks compared to this guy.
And dogs are awesome.
Dogs are awesome. This guy is as good as... This guy's 20 times as good as that dog.
At least.
At least. Well, and then, like, dogs are... It's every 7 years, so it's 20 times... So it's like 140 times better than that dog, at minimum. All right.
That dog is awesome.
Yes. This guy's 140 times that dog.
Yes.
That's math, people. One cold morning in 1976, this particular swimmer, whose name I can't pronounce, was doing his usual run along a dam in Armenia. A 12-mile run, mind you.
Which is better than that guy with the beard. No, it's not. The beard guy took a longer...
Oh, that's true. But that guy, forget it.
He had 6 weeks.
I can't keep converting like people and dogs and distance running. It's too hard. When a large trolley bus carrying 92 passengers lost control and flew off the road into freezing water. During the impact, most of the passengers fell unconscious. Without a second of hesitation, this particular guy leapt into the freezing water to rescue people. Diving to a depth of 10 meters, he used his feet to break the back window of the trolley bus. One by one, he saved 20 people's lives. He spent nearly 20 minutes in the frigid water and accomplished 30 dives down to the wreck of the bus. Bystanders who watched him bring people up to the surface said that his feet and back were full of glass. When later asked what was the most horrifying part of this, he replied by saying, "I knew I could only save so many lives. I was afraid to make a mistake. It was so dark down there, I could barely see anything. One of my dives, I accidentally grabbed a seat instead of a passenger. I could have saved a life instead. That seat still haunts me in my nightmares." So this is where this person becomes Batman. This guy is equivalent to one Batman, which is equivalent to 140 times one German Shepherd.
One awesome German Shepherd.
Yes, one particularly awesome German Shepherd.
Non-average German Shepherd.
Yes. And then this is the part. Oh man, this gets me. After his 30th dive, he lost consciousness. This courageous act cost him dearly. He incurred heavy two-sided pneumonia and blood contamination from the polluted water. His life was hanging on by a thread while he stayed unconscious for 46 days.
Holy mackerel.
He recovered but was never able to compete again. He was in a 46-day coma. This guy should be named Hero. That dog should be named...
Also Hero.
Also Hero, but he should be named Shavash Karapetyan. I feel really bad I can't pronounce his name. Because he deserves to, at minimum, have his name pronounced correctly on a stupid internet show. But because I'm not even as good as that dog we talked about, and this guy's that much better.
Not like even a 1/40th.
No, I'm like, I can't do the math. The numbers are too impossible. You need that diagram of the tooth to go to an atomic level. Yes,
we're having alternate universe discussions.
We are. All right, I think we should wrap it up with our last story.
What?
Yeah, it's about that time, man. I'm out of stories. We've done it. We did the whole internet. We're done with the internet. We've been here that long.
All right.
We dive down to the depths of the internet and pull a story up, and hopefully it's good.
And we didn't even get 20 of them.
No, we didn't. We only got 10. All right, moving on.
And I got a chair instead.
Sometimes you get chairs. Sometimes you save a life. We shouldn't be diminishing that story. Okay. Submitted to subreddit Funny by Frank Reddits, which is inappropriate. Assuming his name is Frank is an appropriate username. My girlfriend and I switched costumes. People freaked out. So this is a picture of a couple at a Halloween party, and it says, "My girlfriend and I switched costumes halfway through the party to mess with everyone's head." And it's a little hard to look at. It's like a Magic Eye poster. Like you kind of like
name 3 differences in this.
Exactly. Well, one's a dude, and the other one, that's one. And also, could you imagine being like a few drinks in, and this happened at the party, and
that they both have mustaches in both costumes.
Oh yeah, I didn't even realize that. Oh man, this is so freaky. Also, I don't. Are they supposed to be dressed as something?
I don't specifically see any character.
I'm not familiar with. It says Randy. Oh, it's oh my god, it's so much funnier. You don't watch South Park, do you?
I have seen some South Park.
Have you seen the Lord ones?
Mm-mm.
Oh, there's a part where you find out that, spoilers, I guess, Randy Marsh is Lord.
Oh, I
the
did
singer
hear
Lord.
about this.
So one of them is dressed as Lord, and one of them is dressed as Randy Marsh.
Oh, they could be royal.
These are my favorite people that have ever existed, I think.
That's awesome.
These people are like a hero dog and an Armenian swimmer whose name I can't pronounce combined together. And then they switch places and you get extra confused.
Shavash Karapetyan?
I think have we got a call back to every story now? I think so. We did it.
Well done.
I think we should definitely stop the show at this point.
This is a crisis on infinite stories.
It was. And we thank you for watching. Be sure to... Oh, wait, no. I decided I'm not going to do multiple... Okay, we did comments last time. What's their homework?
They should.
Share it.
Yeah.
Share it. Go on. You're on social media. I know. I've seen your Twitter. I've seen your Tumblr. Give us a little love on there.
Good people.
You know a lot of good people, and tell them that they should also be watching this show.
You could be her hero too.
Because it's insanity, and we go off rails. We go off on rails. Boo. Anyway, I'm Travis Layden.
I'm Neil Figuracion.
We will see you next time on the front page.